Hello. Hi, my name's HorrorFan436 here, and here is another handy dandy guide for movie sequels. Now, we all know about movies, and we know all about what happens after the movie, like sequels. Well, there's one little thing I don't like, is sometimes sequels can be so over sequels. Like Land Before Time. Okay, you got Land Before Time 1 and 2 and 3, but then you got Land Before Time 4 and 5, and then they turn into musical. Ugh, just let the dinosaur die already. And then you got Little Mermaid, you got Little Mermaid 1, fine, but then you got 2 and 3, and one for their little daughter. Excuse me, Little Mermaid is just Little Mermaid. We don't need one to have about her daughter. And yeah. So anyway, here is the handy dandy guide of sequels to make them watchable, lovable, and complaint free, if that's even possible. Alright, step 1. Know when to stop. Now, I see this in a problem of some movies. Okay, Benji was okay because Benji had a lot of sequels, but then stopped a couple more. And like in Homeward Bound, they just did Homeward Bound 1 and 2, and that was it. Same story, same scenario, the end. New dog comes in the picture, just black, and the end on the credits. That was it. And just like in All Dogs Go to Heaven, same process. The dogs go to heaven. Charlie complains about it. Do that. He goes back to Earth. The end. Alright. That's the end of All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. I just wish sequels can just stop it. Alright. Now, know your premises of stopping, just like All Dogs Go to Heaven and so many others. But I am glad they didn't do a sequel of Old Yeller. But as I recently know, that Free Willy has just gotten a sequel. Now, I'm like, what the heck? Free Willy, just die already. Please. And we thought Jaws was the worst. Alright, and part 2, knowing when to stop. Alright, this is actually a little bit like part 1, only it's a little bit different, because part 1 talked about when to stop. Number 2 talks about how to stop. Now, how to stop a sequel when you're done. Just like All Dogs Go to Heaven. When All Dogs Go to Heaven 1 was about Charlie getting to heaven. He didn't want to go. He got the collar, blah, blah, blah. He went to heaven. And then after that, part 2 was about All Dogs Go to Heaven. Charlie didn't want to go to heaven anymore. He wanted to stay on Earth and blah, blah, blah. And Itchy too. And may I make this clear? Itchy's voice wasn't different. It was the same voice actor after he died. Never mind. So anyway, that's what I mean. Know when to stop. I wish Little Mermaid and all those other sequels would have learned this. And Lady and the Tramp. Alright, I'll tell you something now. Lady and the Tramp don't need any more kids. Okay, we got the puppies, but then you got Scam, but after that, a sequel. Oh, and Tramp doesn't even sound. Tramp sounds different. He doesn't look the same in the first 1. Oh, I know. So anyway, here's part 3. Part 3. Make sure the characters are the same as the sequel. As the first one. Now, what do I mean about this? Unlike Beethoven, they actually rechange the characters too many times. First it was the Newton family, then it was this family, then it was, no way, keep the Newton family. That's it. But in Home Alone, now, in Home Alone they were good with Macaulay Culkin because he didn't want it to, but if it came in 3 and 4, I didn't keep them. Oh. So, anyway, please keep the same character. If you're doing a sequel, please keep it same character, or else it wouldn't do good. And part 4, please, if you're gonna do a sequel, make sure you have the right voice actors. I can't understand why you people don't get it. Voice actors are the contrary of the new voice actors are old voice actors. Okay, make sure you keep the music as good as possible. And part 4, last but not least, is when you're making a sequel, make sure you're all done. Make sure you're all done, because if you're not done with a sequel, then you have to make, unlike All Dogs Go to Heaven, they made a series after sequel. But make sure it's a good series, not a bad one, like Land Before Time, for Pete's sakes. And make sure you get all the characters back together. And that was and last but certainly not least, step 6, please make sure your character dies or goes away after the sequel. Unlike Lion King, I want something happening to a character in the sequel that is heart-wrenching and goodbye. They should have done that with Land Before Time. Did they do it? No. I think kids could experience a little bit of death once in a while in the second movie. And that was my handy-dandy guide of sequels. Now, excuse me, I gotta grab a Coke. So please subscribe, and if you don't want to do that, well, tough cheese to you.